Teruvan Saranai Sielu Denatama. Good evening all. Namo Buddhaya. Very warm welcome to our Saturday evening Dhamma Dana Dhamma Blessings program. When we focus and concentrate on the Dhamma, when we pay our attention to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, it heals our mind, it cools our mind, it transforms our mind and brings us healing, well-being and happiness. Today is the full moon day, the most significant day to the Buddhist community. Full moon day is a holy day for all of us. If you can go outside and observe the moon, it heals and it cools us down. It's beautiful, that soothing nature of the brilliant night. So therefore, today is a full moon day that we all are joining in the temple online to participate our Dhamma blessing program and gain the blessings. Today is the final full moon day of the year. Year ends in few days. So this is the final full moon day for us to fulfill our spiritual aspirations within this year before it ends. And also gather some strength, good health and protection to proceed into the new year. This program regularly takes place on every Saturday evening, and this is a Dhamma Dana program. Dhamma Dana is the highest form of dana that we can gain the higher meritorious activity. There are different forms of dana. Among those, sharing, giving, Dhamma sharing and make available the teachings of the Buddha is the highest sharing, highest blessing, highest giving. You can sponsor these regular Saturday evening programs to gain that highest blessing and share it with your family at your special occasions, and even to remember the loved ones who are no longer with us and transfer merits. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With that, we are going to start our program by observing the 5 precepts and paying our homage to the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. After that, there will be a short Dhamma sermon in English, in Sinhala, and also there will be a chanting of Set Pirit. After that, there will be an English Dhamma sermon, and then children's Dhamma sharing. After that, a short meditation to finish our full moon day program. Let us pay our homage to the Blessed One, Dhamma, the teaching, and the Sangha. On this full moon day, may these blessings bring you good health and protection, progress and happiness from all around. Bearing those in our heart, let us pay our homage together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu. Now we are moving into our English Dhamma sermon. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, supremely enlightened Lord Buddha. Today, Dhamma sermon is based on the significances of the Uduvap, full moon Poya day. Uduvap is the Buddhist name for the month of December. Uduvap full moon Poya means the full moon Poya of the month of December. Every full moon day for the Buddhist tradition, we have very significant things happen. Therefore, in this full moon day, in the month of December, we call Uduvap full moon day, has also very important, significant things happen in the Buddhist history. As it is the month of December, to the conventional world, this is the final month, final Poya, final full moon day. However, Buddhist calendar is slightly different. That is not the final full moon day for the Buddhist calendar. Buddhist calendar begins from the month of May, Vesak month. Therefore, those who have followed the Buddhist calendar, that is not the end of the year. However, most of us need to be conventional about the other practices of the world. So therefore, we regard this as the final full moon day for this full moon day is highly significant for the womankind. And therefore, we can regard this as Buddhist Women's Day. Particularly the Sri Lankan women, because they received the most important gift of Dhamma to come into a full practice as nuns, Bhikkhunis, women monastics. On this full moon day, that initiated. I know even today, some ladies gone into the monkhood because it is a significant day for them to remember and enter into a life like that. With the invitation of Arahath Mahinda Maha Thera, Arahath Bhikkhuni Sangamittha arrived to Sri Lanka to establish the Buddhist nuns order on this full moon day. Also, when she comes to Sri Lanka, together with her, Arahath Sangamitta Maha Theri brought a sacred Saplin of Jaya Maha Bodhi to Sri Lanka. Another important significance of the full moon day of December is Sri Lankan queen called Anula and some other large number of women practiced the teachings very sincerely and attained the first enlightenment stage called Streme Entry, Sohan Pale. They sincerely want to become nuns, enter the monastics. But Venerable Arahath Mahinda Thera could not initiate that. Therefore, Venerable Arahath Sangamitta Theri was invited. As a result, on this full moon day, Queen Anula and other ladies were able to gain the monkhood, enter into the nuns order in Sri Lanka for the first time. Also, another significant thing, our Lord Buddha visited Sri Lanka a few times. One of those times, he went to Adam's Peak, we called as Sripada in Ratnapura. And there he put his footprint, and it is a very sacred thing. People annually spend 4 months because of the seasonal changes that you can't visit that place all throughout the year. However, this special spiritual homage and pilgrimage start from this full moon and last till the April, end of March full moon. For the homage pilgrimage begins from this Uduvap full moon Poya day. So likewise, there are few significances that today full moon day has significances. We all know, those who visit city called Anuradhapura in Sri Lanka, and a very sacred, very powerful blessing is there called Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi, sacred Bodhi tree. When Prince Siddhartha was born, from the very day, the sacred Bodhi tree in India also came up. And that was a significant miracle happens. From the day he was born, the sacred Bodhi tree in India also started to grow, appeared. So the age of the Buddha and age of the Jai Sri Mahabodhi, original Sri Mahabodhi in India is the same, because that was born at the same day. Our Lord Buddha at the age of 29 left the house and spent 6 years in very strong spiritual practices. At the age of 35, he sat under that very tree called Bodhi tree and defeated all the powers of the Mara, all the powers of defilement, and attained the supreme enlightenment. And therefore this special tree became religiously blissful, significant for all of us. This is the oldest tree, recorded oldest tree in the world. That particular Bodhi tree developed a saplin and brought into Sri Lanka for veneration on this full moon day. When Anubuddhu we called, kind of very much similar to the Buddha, second Buddha alike, Arahath Mahinda Thera came to Sri Lanka and established the Dhamma. Then many people were able to attain the realization of spiritual development. And soon they started to see the depth and the importance of the Dhamma, blessings of the Dhamma, and they entered, most of them entered into the monk's order. However, there were a group of ladies who were really practicing very well and even attained the supreme enlightenment stages, wanted to enter, but as a male monk, Arahath Mahinda Thera can't give the ordination for the women according to the Buddha's advice. That should be given by another lady, nun, Bhikkhuni. Therefore, Arahath Mahinda Thera explained this to the then king Devanampiyathissa, and Devanampiyathissa further advice from Arahath Mahinda Thera and said that we need to invite a Bhikkhuni from India. And Sri Lanka was well respected because by that time king was Dharmasoka, and the king in Sri Lanka had a very close relationship. That is why King Dharmasoka sent his own son to Sri Lanka. And now, with the invitation from Sri Lanka, he decided to send his daughter, now a very senior enlightened monk nun called Arahath Sangamitta Therani. And she came on this full moon day to Sri Lanka. You all know the Jetavana in Savatthi, we call Savat Nuwara. Our Lord Buddha stayed 24 years out of his 40 years of ministry. He was staying in that particular temple called Jetavana for 24 years. During that stay in that Jetavana in Savatthi, Savat Nuwara, many people, even from far away, from far distance, visit to the temple to see him. But most of the time, Buddha was so engaged and might have visited outside. So a lot of them could not see the Buddha when these people visit there. Like sometimes you will visit the temple, the Hamduro has gone to outside. But by that time, they were not happy. So, attendant to the Buddha called Ananda Hamduro explained this to the Buddha, and our Lord Buddha said, Venerable Ananda, take a sapling of the Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi and plant right in front of the Jetavana at the entrance of the Jetavana, so that when people visit in the absence of my presence in the temple, they can pay the same respect, gratitude, blessings to that Bodhi tree. So the Venerable Ananda planted the Bodhi tree there in the Jetavana. Even today you can go and see, and that is called Ananda Bodhi. When people visit Devuram Vihara, Jetavana, when the Buddha was not there, they paid homage to this particular Bodhi tree with the same devotion that Buddha himself there. Then you can understand how significant this Bodhi Puja, homage and respect to the Bodhi, is giving the same respect to the living Buddha. Also, this particular Bodhi tree was venerated by King Dharmasoka. He spent a lot of money, built 84,000 temples all around India. And he gave a very huge respect and always paid so much of respect to this Bodhi tree in India. So that was why it was a significant thing as a gift to send to Sri Lanka a sapling of it. When King Dharmasoka received the message that they need a Bhikkhuni nun to establish the women's Buddhist nuns order, he thought, this is the great opportunity. I can send the sacred sapling of the Bodhi tree to Sri Lanka. And then on that day, when he was intending to do a special pot, special bowl was prepared from gold, and that was ready to make it happened. When Buddha was at the passing away, when he was passing away, he made a special determination we call adhisthana. One of those special determinations to establish a sapling of the Bodhi tree and send into Sri Lanka. So this is also in line with Buddha's real aspiration at his last time. So we need to respect to what Buddha believes. So therefore, this is a very special thing for King Dharmasoka to send a sapling of the Bodhi tree to Sri Lanka. As you know, in addition to he built about 84,000 temples, he was not still a relative to the Buddha. To become a relative, you need to offer your own son or a daughter to become a monk. When he looked at Mahinda, one of his sons, he was very happy and he became a monk and later an enlightened monk. After that, his sister also wanted to follow the same steps. And King was so happy that he get the relationship to the Buddha very firmly. Therefore, Venerable Mahinda Thera became a disciple of Moggaliputta Tissa Maharahatan Vahanse, who was the head of the council, third Buddhist council, held to purify the teachings of the Buddha. The Venerable Sangamitta Arahath Theri was ordained under the tutorship of Ayupali enlightened Thera Arahath Theraniya and also Dhamma Pali Arahath Theraniya. They were the teachers to become a nun for Princess Sangamitta, now known as Sanghamitta Therani. By became a nun at very young age, Sangamitta became an fully enlightened Bhikkhuni. Then she trained very well. She learned all the teachings. She spent with her teachers and became well qualified to teach others. So therefore, King and the Moggaliputta Tissa Arahath Thera were very happy that they will be able to send a very capable, very qualified Bhikkhuni, a women nun, to establish the women's nuns order in Sri Lanka. So that happens on this full moon day. When she visited full moon day, Queen Anula and few others already enter into the first enlightenment stage, and they were able to get the monkhood and they became monks. So this special nun, Arahath Sangamitta Theraniya, was spent a lot of time in Sri Lanka doing so much of good activities, helping the women to attain the supreme path of these teachings of the Buddha. When the King Devanampiyatissa sent the message to India to send a nun, they wanted to offer the Bodhi tree. So this offering of the Bodhi tree, which took place on this full moon day, is also an amazing story. King Dharmasoka made a special delegation, special path from Palalup Nuara to where this Bodhi tree was in Bodh Gaya. And he also prepared a golden bowl to put that Bodhi tree. So it was not just put a plant, sapling, and put into a vessel and send. That was very well prepared. And then king himself went into the Bodhi tree and cover all around Bodhi tree with very valuable golden curtains. Then he looked at the Bodhi tree. All the parts of the Bodhi tree were disappeared except the south side branch of the Bodhi tree. So when the king was looking very deeply at the Bodhi tree, every part was disappeared except one which was on the south side. Then king took a golden needle and then very subtly mark with a line that special branch which he can see. He could not see the other side because they all disappeared as a miracle. This was a special aspiration made by the Buddha at his passing away. Pirinivan Manchakedi Karapu Adhishthanaya. And then this whole world, whole earth became trembled. It's like an earthquake, mini earthquake happens because of a blessing of that. And with the miraculous way that Bodhi tree, sapling of the Bodhi tree, sat on that golden bowl, and eventually the king paid respect for 7 days to this special Bodhi tree. And eventually, when the 7th day takes place, that was well rooted, very established, and then King Dharmasoka took this Bodhi tree to the ocean, to the sea, and put it in a very special ship with Theri, Sangamittha, and other nuns to send into Sri Lanka. When he was put that time, he offered the whole kingdom of India out of respect 3 times. And it says during that journey of the ship to Sri Lanka, that was well respected and give the due respect by the divine beings and so many people. Even the King Devanampiyathissa of Sri Lanka went into the ocean and welcomed this Bodhi tree very respectfully by paying the homage and offering the land of Sri Lanka as an object of offering to the Bodhi tree. And eventually that was planted in Mahameuna Uyana, park called Mahameuna in Anuradhapura. So that was happened during this full moon day, in this full moon day. The lady who brought this special Bodhi tree called Sangamitta Maharahat Teraniya passed away in the temple of Meheniwara called Hattalhaka Meheniwara after doing yeoman service to the mankind. So the final significant thing happens during many visits of the Lord Buddha. Lord Buddha put his footprint in the Adam's Peak we call Sripada, and that homage pilgrimage start for a few months in Sri Lanka from this full moon day. So therefore, today is the Uduvap full moon day that has so many significances, particularly to understand the conventional year ends, but that is not the real Buddhist calendar, but that is the end of the year for many of us, and that is a significant full moon day. Also, it gives us the opportunity to reflect Buddha's aspiration at his last day to send the Bodhi tree and establish the Nuns order in Sri Lanka. Even the original tree in India was destroyed by some invaders. Now, actually, the tree in Sri Lanka is the oldest, over 2,300 years old tree in Sri Lanka, in addition to the spiritual significances, and that was also environmentally very significant thing. So therefore, may those blessings be with you all on this full moon day in the month of December. May you all be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May their aspirations be well and happy. May they all be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That is the end of our English Dhamma sermon. Now I will pass on the opportunity to our Rasikaya to go ahead with the children's Dhamma program. Hamadinatama Theruvan Saranai.
Good evening, everyone. So this is a very special day today. It is the last Poya day for the year, Uduvap Poya. So we heard all the significances of this Uduvap Poya that took place in the past, and Guru gave us a very detailed explanation about the significances. So I'm going to highlight some of these details that Guru explained. So if we took this Bodhi tree that was gifted to Sri Lanka and brought over here to Sri Lanka by Sangamittha, Thera, if you look at the history of Sri Lanka before arriving Buddhism to Sri Lanka, the people were all over the place. They didn't know exactly what to do in order to develop their religious understanding, because there was no established religion at that time. So they were worshipping devas, gods, different types of yakas even. So once this Bodhi tree was gifted to Sri Lanka and was planted in Anula, there was a big cultural development that happened because of that single event, and which is people started practicing this great religion, and they developed a Bodhi culture from that day onwards, which has developed into the other areas of the country as well. Even now, people worship this Bodhi tree. So you can see how powerful that event is for it to develop from that one single Bodhi tree. Now, in Sri Lanka, if you go to any temple, you can find a Bodhi tree, and people have great respect to Bodhi trees. So it is vital for us to worship these Bodhi trees, as Guru said. When we worship the Bodhi tree, we worship the Buddha. So we worship and respect Buddha as well when we worship the Bodhi tree. So it is a very significant event, and rightly we are celebrating it today with all of you. And for Guru to give us all these details to our children and even the adults, I would pay all our gratitude on behalf of all the children and parents. May all these Dhamma blessings bring both harmful, great happiness and great health. And may these blessings help Hamguru to carry out all the future meritorious activities on behalf of the Buddhist parents. So we have asked you to identify. So let's get back to children's presentations. So we learned that there are few significances of this Uduvap Poya. And let's hear what made you interested in this Uduvap Poya. And let's hear about your understanding of the Poya. I would pass on to the first person, Chanedi, to start the presentations. Thank you.
I would like to talk about the southern branch of Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi Saplin. At the invitation of King Devanampiyathissa, Sangamitta Thera and several members who had entered the Sasana brought a sapling from the Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi into Sri Lanka via Dhamma port. Sangamitta Thera was the daughter of Emperor Ashoka and a sister of Mahinda Thera. The sapling was planted by King Devanampiyathissa in 288 BC at Maha Park in Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. The sapling still grows healthily in Anuradhapura, Sri Lanka. However, this marks the oldest living planted tree in the world with known planting dates. This is the picture of Sangamitta Thera, who is bringing Sri Mahabodhi sapling to Sri Lanka. Thank you for listening. Wishing you all a peaceful Uduvap full moon Poya day. Thiruvan Saranai.
Thank you, Chanudi Nangi. King Ashoka. King Ashoka was the third emperor of the Mauryan family. He was the son of Vidusara. His children were Mahinda and Sangamitta. King Ashoka promoted Buddhist expansion by sending monks to surrounding territories to share the teaching of the Buddha. A wave of conversion began and Buddhist spread not only through India but also internationally. Emperor Ashoka ruled for an estimated 40 years, and after his death, the Mauryan family lasted just 50 more years. His twin children, Mahinda and Sanghamitta, went to Sri Lanka and converted the king Devanampiyathissa and the king to Buddhism. Now my sister is going to show a picture of the full moon Poya day. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for giving me a chance to question about the Uduvap Poya Day. The month of December is very important as several religious events occur. The Poya cult in this month is Uduvap. The Uduvap Poya Day is considered by Sri Lankan Buddhists to be a special significance because it's introduced by Bhikkhuni Sasana. After Arahath Mahinda introduced Buddhism officially to Sri Lanka, King Devanampiyathissa sent someone to establish the Bhikkhuni Sasana from the Emperor Ashoka. On the request, he sent his daughter Thera Sangamittha to established to Bhikkhuni Sasana in Sri Lanka. Same time, he had the branch Bodhi from the Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi, which Lord Buddha attained, enlightened under it at Buddha Gaya. The Thera landed to Sri Lanka and the Bodhi was planted in Mahinda garden at Anula, her pool with highly transformed by a king Deva named Pia. After the Thera Sangamittha established with enrolled the queen Anula, who was the sister-in-law of king and the other 500 ladies. So Uduvap Poya Day is a very remarkable day for all the Buddhists in Sri Lanka. Thank you very much, Sonai.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the significance of Uduvap Poya. Uduvap Poya is the last Poya as per the Western calendar and it falls in December. This Poya celebrates the arriving of the sapling of the Bodhi tree which gave shelter to Lord Buddha at his final stage of the enlightenment. Emperor Ashoka's daughter, Sangamitta Thera, brought this sapling to Sri Lanka. King Thera and planted this sacred sapling in Maha Park in Anula. Even today, devotees visit this place to pay homage to the Bodhi tree on Uduvap Poya. Thank you for listening, everyone. Thera and Sonai.
Uduvap Full Moon Poya Day. In the month of December celebrates the coming of the bird tree sapling. Buddhist Thera Sangamitta brought this sapling to Sri Lanka all the way from India. Sangamitta Thera was the daughter of King Akurala and the sister of Arahath Mahinda, who was sent to Sri Lanka on Poya Day. The arrival of the great Arahath Bhikkhuni Sanghamitta to Sri Lanka took place on Uduvap Full Moon Poya Day. He brought with her sapling of a sacrat Poya tree from Buddha Gaya, where practiced attained enlightenment. The sacred sapling was brought to Sri Lanka in a golden bowl, and thereafter planted in her garden Anula.
Do you know, Nangi, another important thing of Uduvap Poya Day? It is also recorded that during the Lord Buddha's lifetime, he visited Sri Lanka, and one of these visits placed his footprints on top of the mountain known as Sripada. This was on the invitation of Lord Sumanasamya. From then on, the Sripada pilgrimage became an integral part of every Buddhist spiritual journey, to be embarked on at least once in a lifetime. The pilgrim season to Sripada traditionally starts on the full moon of Uduvap and ends on the full moon of April.
Thank you, Sarah and Sarah. Uduvap Poya is the last full moon Poya day of the year and commemorates the arrival of Sangamitta Thera in Sri Lanka with a bull sapling from the sacred Jaya Sri Maha Bodhi in India during the month of Uduvap. Sangamitta Thera was accompanied on this voyage of utmost importance by several members of the royal family who had entered the Sassanaya. The contingent landed in Tambakula Patana port in Jaffna on an Uduvap Poya day during the reign of King Devanampiya. Sangamitta was the daughter of Emperor Ashoka and the sister of Arahath Mahinda, who brought Buddhism to Sri Lanka on Poson Poya day. After landing here and delivering the precious gift, she was responsible for establishing the Bhikkhuni Sasana during the month of Uduvap. The sacred bow sapling was brought to Sri Lanka in a golden bowl and thereafter planted in the Maha garden in Anula. The bow saplings that emerged from this tree were taken to other parts of the island to spread the Buddhist philosophy and culture. Thank you for listening, Thera and Saranai.
Thank you, Seth Manli. Today we are going to sing a few verses that tells all about what happened on Uduvap Poya day. Damsa nirindu diya niya Sangamitta terani Narapati dalagehi padis raju devani Uduvap Poya da Bodhi gena atini Pinbar duminda gamane sidu kereni Sri Lanka katundaya daya laba sasune Atikala meheni sasune dasa atadilune In Anula bisauha pirisata in porane Uduvap Poya davasedi kahavat labune Samanala kanda mudunata siripanandune Ye anuhasin sirila bima upakerune Siripa karuna sambuddhu gunavarune Uduvap Poya davase sita mula birune. We hope you have enjoyed our poems on Uduvap Full Moon Poya Day. Thank you for listening. Teruvan Saranai.
Thank you, Avishaki and Hasandawaya.
One significant event that happened on the full moon Uduvap Poya day was the transferring of the Bodhi from India to Sri Lanka. Sangamitta Theri was the daughter of Emperor Ashoka and the sister of Arahath Mahinda, who brought Buddhism to Sri Lanka. She was accompanied on this journey by several members of the royal family who had already joined the Bhikkhuni Sassanaya. They came to a port in Jaffna on Uduvap Poya during the reign of King Devanampiya. She transferred the Bodhi via the sea, using a golden bowl to carry it.
The sacred Bodhi sapling was brought to Sri Lanka in a golden bowl, and after that it was planted in the Maha garden in Anuradhapura. The bowl saplings that grew from this tree were taken to other parts of the island to spread the Buddhist culture. Thank you for listening. Teruvan Saranai.
The month of December is very significant as several religious events occur in this month. According to Buddhist history, introduction of Bhikkhuni Sasana took place on Uduvap Full Moon Poya Day, which is commemorated in December. After Arahath Mahinda introduced Buddhism officially to Sri Lanka, the lives of the Sri Lankan people were dramatically changed. It gave a defined way of life within philosophical life. According to a request made by King Devanampiyatis's sister-in-law, Queen Anula, to enter the Bhikkhuni Sasana, King Devanampiyatis sought the help of Emperor Asoka. On the request, Emperor Asoka helped Sri Lanka by dispatching the Theri Sangamitta to Sri Lanka. The sacred bow sapling was brought with her coming to Sri Lanka. The bow sapling, which was from Sri Maha Bodhi at Jaya, planted in Maha Gardens at Anuradhapura amidst much ceremony. The sacred bow tree is not just a tree. The word bow is terminology derived from the Pali word Bodhi, signifying holiness. And because it was under a Bodhi tree that Gautama Buddha attained the supreme enlightenment, the Bodhi tree belongs to the genus fig of the botanical family Moraceae. The religious and cultural value of bringing bow sapling in this evolution of the customary tradition centering the bow tree worship. Later, it became customary for every vihara to have bodhi. It is considered as a duty of bhikkhu to perceive and look after the bodhi with tender care. Theruvan Saran.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for your contribution to today's program. And this is, as I told you earlier, this is the last, and we will be meeting in 2022. Any questions? Any comments? Anything that you want to say? Because it is the last day of the year. Senat.
I have a question about when they take the Bodhi tree from India to Sri Lanka. My mom said while they were taking the ship to Sri Lanka, there were like snake people that took the Bodhi tree to their world. Why did they do that?
So anyone knows the answer? Any idea? Okay, with them.
Because it said in some articles it always says that the Bodhi tree was spread to parts of the country to spread the Buddhism. So if the snake people brought it to their world, so they could spread Buddhism around to their world. That's what I think.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Any other idea? It could also be when the Bodhi tree was gifted to Sri Lanka, the people who were there was snake people. Nagaluka, we call it. Okay. We'll find out about it. I want you to research that during your holidays. That's a good question. And find actually what happened. Anyone else want to say anything? Thank you, Senat. Last day of the year. Okay. So if you don't have anything to say, that's fine. Let's move on to our next item, which is meditation. I would kindly pass it to Padma for that. Thank you, Padma.
Thank you, Rasika. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
I want to hear a few more voices, please.
Good evening.
Thank you, thank you. Have you all heard last time what we did for the meditation? Yes? Senut and Sarah, what we did? Did you hear? Your mic is muted.
Yeah.
What we have done?
We did meditation.
You heard them. Some of them said you did not hear because it was distracting. That is why I was asking. Sindhu, did you hear?
We meditated on the qualities of the Lord Buddha.
Yeah, you all heard them very well. Huh? Very good. Okay. So, Seth, did you hear without any disturbances?
Yes, I can hear.
You heard last week.
Last week, I don't think I was there.
Okay. Thank you very much for everybody answering. We will sit in a comfortable posture and we will do few minutes meditation for the day. Yeah? Sit in a comfortable posture. You can close your eyes gently. Take few deep breaths to relax yourself. Pay your attention very closely to your posture of sitting. Head to toe, toe to head. If you are paying close attention, your body will be automatically straight. Breathe in slowly. Breathe out slowly. Breathing in. Slowly. Breathing out slowly. Experience your body is relaxed. Your mind is relaxed. Determined to keep this serenity, balance, till we finish our meditation. We will do the meditation on qualities of Buddha. Arahath, no defilements, purest mind. Do not do any wrongdoing. Even in secret. worthy of respect. Samma Sambuddho understand the Four Noble Truths by himself and make others realize him. Vijja Charana Sampanna endowed with knowledge and excellent conduct. Sugata calm, peaceful, and accomplish the journey of life aspirations. Lokavidu, know of the all worldly systems. Anuttara Purisa Dhamma Sarathi, capable to training, helping to be better. Any difficult human being. Satta Deva Manusana, a teacher to both humans and divines. Buddha fully enlightened one who knows anything and everything. Fully blossomed mind like a lotus. Bhagavati. Blessed One. Luckiest one. As he has greed, hatred, and delusion is fully eliminated from the mind. I will leave you 2 minutes. Whatever you can remember, recite in your head. I also determine, try to cultivate at least few qualities of the from today onwards. The power of these qualities of Buddha, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. With the power of these qualities of Buddha, may all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Finish our session today. Gently open your eyes. Bring your palms gently together, close to your heart. And say 3 times sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you.
Thank you, Padma, for that meditation session. Thank you, Chinna, for doing your best for the meditation. It's a great meditation, thinking about Buddha's qualities. So, I'm reminding you again, this is the last day of the year in Dhamma school. I know you are in a different mood these days because of the school holidays. I'm asking you kindly for all of you to say one thing before you say goodbye. And I'll help you in this way. What is the first lesson that comes to your mind when you think about Dhamma school that you learned in the past? We learned loads of lessons in the past. What is the very first lesson that comes to you when you think about Dhamma school? Yes, I learned that. That's a great quality. What is it? And we'll go around the room. And I would love to hear from you. You learned these things and you're practicing these qualities in your day-to-day life. So I want you to take a minute, think about these lessons that you learned in the past and give Hamturu gratitude that comes from the bottom of your heart. Does that make sense to everyone? Mm-hmm. Okay, so let us start. I'll go with the oldest child, I would think. Will, if you could start, please.
The one quality I learned from the Han Parcel is how to manage my anger. It helped me a lot, especially now since I'm broken with my collarbone. I learned how to be calm and manage my anger with it. Because the first few days I was really mad and sad about it, but now I'm a bit calm about it thanks to the Han Parcel.
That's great, Viral. Thank you very much. That's really good. Let's go to Avishin Hasabi next.
One thing I learned was about the tree with Sila, Samadhi, Prajna and Shraddha. And it's really helpful because it applies to life as well. How if you have the knowledge, you can cultivate your rewards. Yeah, reap your rewards. When I think of a lesson, the first thing that comes into my mind is the Mahamangala Sutra, because it teaches us a lot about the good things of life.
Thank you, Hasabi. Sanatan Saha?
I learned how to concentrate while meditating because I always get distracted a lot. So now I know how to concentrate while meditating.
Well done. Sarah, anything from you?
He said no.
I will give you another minute to think about it. I really need to hear something from you as well. Let's go to Vidya and Vidya next.
The first thing I learned in Dhamma school, so are you talking about the first ever thing?
No, anything that you learned that first comes to your mind.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah. To take care of your parents. So that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Because your parents are the ones who created you, so you should be grateful for that, and you should be grateful that you're alive. So, yeah.
Thank you, Vinay.
That's the same thing that first comes to my mind because parents are very important.
Good. Yeah. Thank you. Right. So let's go to Manaka.
The first thing that I learned from Dhamma school was that we should pay gratitude to those who help us, like parents, teachers, monks, and friends, and all of our family. And I also learned how to concentrate by doing these meditation exercises.
Thank you, Manaka. Seth.
One of my favorite things that I've learnt in Dhamma school was Asla Poya. I think it was festival that takes place in July on a full moon. I really enjoyed learning about that, and also I like Viral. I think he said, wait, no, not Viral. I think respecting my family. I think because just to respect people, and I appreciate them a lot. So parents is a good example because they bring you up like a flower, and they treat you really nicely. So you need to appreciate that and look after them.
Thank you. Really good. Right. Let's go to Sabir next.
I remember that the 5 precepts have helped me to get good qualities in my life.
Good, Sabir. Thank you. Chanadi, please.
I learned to be calm because if I didn't join in the Dhamma school, I wouldn't be calm. I learned to be calm by doing meditation, and also I learned how to care my parents because your parents brought you up and they fed you and did everything, so you need to appreciate that.
Really good, Chanadi. Thank you very much. Sarah.
I learned to be calm, and I learned about Uduvap full moon Poya day.
Good. Thank you. See, you have learned something, haven't you? You learned something. You learned every day. A great lesson from Hamguru. I want you to keep them in mind. And yes. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, Rayon, please. Rayon.
I learned about our parents, grandparents, and our siblings. They teach us great respect, and they always care of us. When they care of us, we also care of them. And number 2 is you have to respect, be calm, and always follow the 8 noble truths. To follow the steps to be respect, kind, and treat them and respect other opinions.
Okay. Just to correct something you said, Rayon, that's a great thought. It's 8 noble path, not 8 noble truth. Okay?
What? How was the 4 noble?
4 noble truth.
An 8-fold path.
8-fold path, yeah?
Oh.
Okay. But has everyone spoken?
Yes.
Good. See that what was in your mind was really great. And we want to hear that every now and then. What do you think Hamguru is going to think? Hamguru will be grateful for you to say these things because now we know that you have learned these great lessons and we feel really happy about it. Yes? And with that thought, Alhamdulillah, I would kindly pass it back to you.
Thank you very much, Trasikaya, for throughout the year that you would not believe we started January and has come now into the end of December. The time has gone so quickly. We started this last year, online programs, and so it went during a very hard time, but still we continue now nearly more than 2 years, nearly 2 years. So this is a great length of learning, and you would not believe how much we have learned, so much. And you can see all the YouTube series of Saturday programs, and that's all there. It would be so nice when you grow up about 10, 15 years later, you could see how you were doing the presentation, how you were talking, and all of these things. And it would be really great. So most of the time you listen, because we can't keep everyone mics open. But I'm very happy that Padma Nona and also Rasikaya get them all talk as well. And recall what you learn is very, very good. I know when you talk few minutes, you share your emotion, you share your feeling, it makes your head lighter. It makes you feel light. It makes you feel clear. It makes you feel courage. It makes you feel developed. You know, when you are not participating, we might have to push you a little bit, encourage you a little bit. You may feel a little bit annoyed, but we are doing it for your good. You know, if you do not learn from this platform, from the Dhamma school, one day you will learn from the society. If you do not learn from the society, you will be struggling a lot as well. So we want you to learn from home, learn from temple, learn from school, and do not show any mistakes or shortfalls in the society. That would be a mistake. When you have an opportunity to learn from the Dhamma school, learn from the home, don't ignore it. Take the full of it, pay full attention, so that you will never regret. You will be in a very, very win-win situation. So I am really ever so grateful for Rasikaya and also Padma Nona, particularly our parents, even though Vipuliyakka is behind all the time, putting messages and getting the groups organized, like list of people. And all the parents, without that, you would not be achieving this much. So much being achieved. I can't do it in single-handed. You know, I am also getting a lot of work. But without your support, without the Rasikaya, and that would not have been happen. So therefore, I am ever so grateful for those who organize, support, keep even I'm very behind. Rasikaya keep reminding Hamdrone, what is the Gatha? Are we doing the program? And therefore, I need few of those parents, because myself, Rasikaya, Padma Nona, few others may get not well, may have some change of circumstances. We need to carry this on for the children. And if we have more people come and help, then we would have more support, more strong strength. Therefore, eventually, we want you, when you grown up, don't get lost. You are coming and become teachers of the Dhamma school. You organize the Dhamma school for other children. So when you finish your studies, or even when you come into the university level or after university while working, volunteer 2 hours per week for the temple, for the Dhamma school. That is a great blessing. So remember that very well. In some other religious organizations, we know they have youth groups. They are very active. They contribute a lot for their spiritual practice. So therefore, you have a lot of skill. You have technology skill. You have all the computer skills. You are far better than any of us. You know, you are a great resource that we might not have been used to your resources. Also, you are not benefiting from the temple because you are not involved with the temple work. So the year has come to an end. It's very tough year, but you managed to stay with us, Dhamma school, and all the time, all this, I'm very proud. When particularly Rasikaya was asking to remember one thing at least what you learned. So you were coming up with beautiful things. So we are very happy that we know you are going away with lot of teaching, lot of practice. I'm so happy. And you are even staying little late now, 9 o'clock. So you are staying little late on Saturday evening. So you deserve a good break during this festive season because of the Christmas and everyone is there, but stay safe. Everybody was blessing everyone, saying Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. That's wonderful to see. And so I'll see you 1st of January. So our next meditation blessing program is 1st of January. So we'll start with the New Year with blessings. And after that, we will be starting Rasul. After the 1st of January, it will be 8th of January. Oh, that's a good break to all of you.
It's not the 8th, because on the 1st it's Friday. So then it would have to be the 9th, because 9th is Saturday.
8th is Friday, 1st is Saturday.
No, the 1st is Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait. Oh no, it is Saturday.
It is Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, 8th is Saturday. 1st is Saturday, 8th is Saturday, yes. So good. Very happy that you all, I am very impressed that your presentation, your homework, you did very well. And you have great skills. So I'm very happy, as I said. If you learn something, that is the joy, that is the gift we get. You know, there are a lot of people come to the temple, they are grown up, they can't continue their job because their head is going on all the time, angry, frustrated. I taught to them, you know, just contemplate some qualities of the Buddha. Contemplate some loving kindness. Listen to a Dhamma talk, at least half an hour a day. And they come back saying, that's magic, that's miracle. You know, they benefit a lot. Some people couldn't even continue their job. They were kind of became homeless because the family eventually kind of send them out of the house. We don't want anymore. After 10, 15 years, they tried to work out, but we couldn't. And then they came and asked some help from the temple. This is what I taught them, you know, just to at least half an hour, listen to some Dhamma talk, at least few minutes, do some chanting, recollect the qualities of the Buddha. That dangerous mind has gone into a very, very meaningful mind. Unbelievable. So you might behave like that sometimes. You know, you might feel like frustrated by putting your feet on the floor and putting your head on the doors. Doesn't make any sense. You are making yourself another fool, you know, another fool. And that's called stupid. It doesn't make any sense. You know, what you need to do is to calm and purify and clear your mind by at least say Namo Tassa, at least say Itipiso Bhagava Arahan on your head. That will eliminate all the vicious energies, vicious cycles. Very, very powerful. Few minutes. Take a clear breath, breathe out, and reflect. I take the refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. May the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha be my refuge. May no harm, difficulties come to me. May I be always well and happy as I am, my parents, my brothers and sisters, my family, my teachers, my neighbors, and everyone be well and happy. Those are even the science and neuroscience saying brings enormous power. Very powerful. So thank you very much for having what a wonderful day, such a wonderful way. And we wish you again and again all the best for the Christmas. I'm so grateful for all your contribution and support throughout the year. May you all be well, happy and peaceful. We'll do a short chanting to finish our day. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbharogo vinassatu mate bhavattvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Very, very good seasonal time. Merry Christmas and a very happy New Year. Teruvan Saranai.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you, Rasika Mama, both Hamduru, Auntie Padma for Dhamma School this year.
Teruvan Saranai, Hamdurine, Padma, Auntie and Rasika Mama.
Teruvan Saranai.
Thank you, Rasika Mama, Padma and then Hamduru. Teruvan Saranai.
Teruvan Saranai, Hamdurine, Rasika Mama and Padma.
Thank you, Andune and Rasika I, and have a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas.
Teruvan Saranai, Hamdurine, Padma, Nanda and Rasika Mama.
Teruvan Saranai, Hamduru, Teruvan Saranai, Padma, and Teruvan Saranai, Father, who took you in this Dhamma school.
Teruvan Saranai, Hamdurine, Padma, Nandi and Papa.
හොඳයි හැමදේම අපි නවතින අය තෙරුවන්
සරණයි බොහොම පිං හොඳයි.
තෙරුවන් සරණයි රසික සුබ අලුත් අවුරුද්දක් වුණා. හෙට ටෝක් එකක් තියෙනවා පුළුවන් නම් සහභාගී වෙන්න.
එක හොඳයි.
ඉරිදා.
ඊටත්
අතට.
මම
ඇඩද?
නෑ මට එන්න පුළුවන්.
අපේ ඉඳලා මේන කලින් Anula.
Let us pay our homage to the Blessed One, Dhamma, the teaching and the Sangha. On this full moon day, may these blessings bring you good health and protection, progress and happiness from all around. Bearing those in our heart, let us pay our homage together. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Iti piso bhagava araham samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavido anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanam buddho bhagavati. වන්දං ජීවිතං යාව නිබ්බානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි ස්වාක්ඛාතෝ භගවතා ධම්මෝ සම්දිට්ඨිකෝ අකාලිකෝ ඒහි පස්සිකෝ ඕපනයිකෝ පංචත්තං වේදිතම්බෝ විඤ්ඤෝහිති ධම්මං ජීවිතං යාව නිබ්බානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි සුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ උජුපටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ඥාය පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ සාමීචි පටිපන්නෝ භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ යතිදං චත්තාරි පුරිස යුගානි අට්ඨ පුරිස පුග්ගලා ඒස භගවතෝ සාවක සංඝෝ ආහුනේයෝ පාහුනේයෝ දක්ඛිනේයෝ අංජලි කරණීයෝ අනුත්තරං පුඤ්ඤක් කෙත්තං ලෝකස්සාති සංඝං ජීවිතං යාව නිබ්බානං සරණං ගච්ඡාමි වන්දාමි චේතියං සම්බං සම්බඨානේසු පතින්තිතං සාරීරික ධාතු මහා බෝධින් බුද්ධ රූපං සකලං සදා යස්ස මූලේ නිසින්නෝව සම්බාරි විජයං පත්තෝ සම්බං යුතං සත්තා වන්දේ තම් බෝධිපාදකං ඉමේ ඒතේ මහා බෝධි ලෝකනාතේන පූජිතා අහං පිතේ නමස්සාමි බෝධි රාජා නමන්තුතේ කනසාරප්පදිත්තේන දීපේන තමදන්සිනා තිලෝක දීපං සංබුද්ධං පූජයාමි තමෝනුදං ගන්ධ සම්භාර යුත්තේන දූපේනං සුගන්ධිනා පූජයේ පූජනීයන්තං පූජාවාදන මුත්තමං වන්න ගන්ධ ගුණෝපේතං ඒතං කුසුම සන්තතින් පූජයාමි මුනිං දස්ස සිරිපාද සරෝරුවේ පූජේමි බුද්ධං කුසුමේන නේන පුඤ්ඤේන මේතේන ලබාමි මොක්ඛං පුප්පං මිලායාති යතයි ධම්මේ කායෝ තථායාති විනාශගාවං සුගන්ධං සීතලං කප්පං පසන්න මధుරං සුභං පානීය මේතං භගවා පතිගන්නාතුත්තම අදිවාසේතුනෝ භන්තේ ගිලාන පංචයං ඉමං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්නාතුත්තම අදිවාසේතුනෝ භන්තේ සම්බං සන්දාය පූජිතං අනුකම්පං උපාදාය පතිගන්නාතුත්තම කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං අච්චයං කමමි භන්තේ භූරි පඤ්ඤ තථාගත කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන
පමාදේන මයා කතං
අච්චයං කමමේ ධම්ම
සන්දිට්ඨික
අකාලික කායේන වාචා
චිත්තේන පමාදේන මයා කතං
අච්චයං කමමේ සංඝ සුපටිපන්න අනුත්තර ඉමිනා පුඤ්ඤ කම්මේන
මාමේ බාල සමාගමෝ
සතන් සමාගමෝ හෝතු
යාව නිබ්බාන පන්තියා
ආකාසට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා
දේවානාගා මහින්దికා
පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු ලෝක සාසනං ආකාසට්ටා ච බුම්මට්ටා
දේවානාගා මහින්దికා
පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු දේශනං ආකාසට්ටා ච
බුම්මට්ටා දේවානාගා මහින්దికා
පුඤ්ඤන්තං අනුමෝදිත්වා චිරං රක්ඛන්තු මං පරන්ති ධම්මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු
සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ
ඉදං මේ ඥාතිනං හෝතු
සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ
ඉදං මේ ඥාතිනං
හෝතු සුඛිතා හොන්තු ඥාතයෝ
නමෝ තස්ස භගවතු අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස
භගවතු අරහතෝ සම්මා
සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස
භගවතු අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස
යානිද භූතානි
සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි
වයන්තලින්කේ සබ්බේව භූතා සුමනා
භවන්තු
අතෝපි සංකච්ඡ සුනන්තු
වාසිතං
තස්මාහි භූතානි සාමේත
සම්බේ මෙන්තං කරෝත මානුසියා
පජායති වාචරත්තෝ ච
හරන්තියේ බලින්
තස්මාහි නේරංකත අම්පමන්තායං කිංචි විත්තං ඉදවා හුරං
වා සංඝේසු ආයං රතනං පනීතං
නනෝ සමං අත්ති තථාගතේන ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සංජේන සුවන්ති හෝතෝ කයං විරාගං අමතං පනීතං යදං ජගා සංඛ්‍ය මුනි සමාහිතෝ නතේන ධම්මේන
සමන්ති කිංචි දම්පි
ධම්මේ රතනං පනීතං
ඒතේන රංචේන සුවන්ති හෝතෝ
යේ පුංගලාට්ඨ සතං පසත්තා චත්තාරි ඒතානි යුගානි හොන්ති තේ දක්ඛිනේයා සුගතස්ස ශාවකායේතේ සුදින්නානි
මහප්පලානි
ඉදංපි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සංජේන සුවන්ති
හෝතෝ
යේසුප්පයුත්තා මනසා දල්හේන නික්කාමිනෝ ගෝතම සාසනම්මි තේ පත්ති පත්තා අමතං විගය්‍ය ලන්දා මුදා නිබ්බුතින් පුඤ්ජමානායි දම්පි සංඝේ රතනං
පනීතං
ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතු යතින්ද කීලෝ පටවින් සිතෝසියා
චතුම් විවාතේ බියසම්පකම්පියෝ
තතුපමං සප්පුරිසං වදාමි
යෝ අරිය
පංචානි අවෙච්ච පස්සති දංපි සංඝේ රතනං
පනීතං
ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතු අරිය සච්චානි විභාවයන්ති ගම්බීර පඤ්ඤේන සුදේසිතානි කිංචාපිතේ හොන්ති බුසබ්බ මන්තානතේ බවං මං ආදියන්ති දංපි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතෝ සහවස්ස දස්සන සම්පදාය තයස්සු ධම්මා ජහිතා භවಂತಿ සක්කාය දිට්ඨි විචිකිච්ඡිතං ච සීලම්බතං වාපි යදන්ති කිංචි චතුහ පායේ හිච විප්පමුන්තෝ චචාමිඨානානි අබම්බෝ කාතුං ඉදං පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතෝ කිංචාපිසෝ කම්මං කරෝති පාපකං කායේන වාචා උදචේතසා වා අපම්බෝසෝ තස්ස පටිච්චාදාය අබම්බතාදින්ට පදස්ස උත්තා ඉදං පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතු වනප්ප ගුම්බේ යතා පුස්සිතංගේ ගිම්මාන මාසේ පටමස්මින් තතූපමං ධම්ම වරං අදේසයි නිබ්බානගාමින් පරමන්නිතාය ඉදං පි බුද්දේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතු වරෝ වරඤ්ඤෝ වරදෝ වරහරෝ අනුත්තරෝ ධම්ම වරං අදේසයි ඉදං පි බුද්දේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතෝ කීනං පුරාණං නවං නත්ති සම්භවං විරත්ත චිත්තා ආයතිකේ බාස්මින් තේ කීන බීජා විරුල්ලිච්ඡන්දා නිබ්බන්ති දීරා යතායම් පදීපෝ ඉදං පි සංඝේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවන්ති හෝතු යානිද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වන්තලින්ගේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං බුද්ධං නමස්සාම සුවන්ති හෝතු යානිද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි වන්තලින්ගේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං ධම්මං නමස්සාම සුවන්ති හෝතු යානිද භූතානි සමාගතානි බුම්මානි වායානි අන්තලින්ගේ තථාගතං දේව මනුස්ස පූජිතං සංඝං නමස්සාම සුවන්ති හෝතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සොත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්පදා ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු ඒතේන සච්ච වජ්ජේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං කරණීය මත් කුසලේන යන්තං සන්තං පදං අபிසමෙච්ච සක්කෝ උජුච සූජුච ස්වචෝ චස්ස මුදු අනතිමානේ සන්තුස්සකෝච සුබරෝච අම්පකිච්චෝච සල්ල උපහුන්ති සන්තින්ද්‍රියෝච නිපකෝච අම්පගම්බෝ ලේසුවනනුගින්දෝ නච කුද්දං සමාචරේ කිංචියේන විඤ්ඤූ පරේ උපවදෙය්‍යං සුඛිනෝ වා කේමිනෝ හොන්තු සම්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතන්තා යේකේ චිපාන භූතන්ති තසාවා තාවරාවා අන දීගාවායේ මහන්තාවා මජ්ජිමාරස්ස කානුකතුලා දිට්ඨාවායේව අන්දිට්ඨායේච දූරේ වසන්ති අවිදූරේ භූතාවා සම්භවේ සීවා සම්බේ සත්තා භවන්තු සුඛිතත්තා නපරෝ පරං නිකුම්බේත නාති මඤ්ඤේත අන්තචිනං කංචේ ව්‍යාරෝසනා පටිග සංඥා ඥාඤ්ඤ මඤ්ඤස්ස දුක්ඛ මිච්ඡේය මාතා යතානියං පුත්තං ආයුසා ඒක බුද්ධ මනුරක්කේ එවං පි සම්බ භූතේසු මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං මෙත්තං ච සම්බ ලෝකස්මින් මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං උද්දං අදෝච තිරියං ච අසම්බාධං අවේරං අසපත්තං තිට්ඨං චරං නිසින්නෝ වාසයානෝ වායවතං විගත මින්දෝ ඒතං සතින් අදිත්තේය බ්‍රහ්මමේතං විහාරං ඉදමාවෝ දිට්ඨිංච අනුපගම්ම සීලවා දස්සනේන සම්පන්නෝ කාමේසු විනේයගේ දං නයි ජාතු ගම්බසෙයං පුනරේති ඒතේන සච්ච වඤ්ඤේන සොත්තිතේ හෝතු සම්බදා ඒතේන සච්ච වඤ්ඤේන සම්බ රෝගෝ විනාශතෝ ඒතේන සච්ච වඤ්ඤේන හෝතු තේ ජය මංගලං සිරිදිති මති තේජෝ ජය සිද්ධි මහින්දි මහා ගුණං අපරිමිත පුඤ්ඤාතිකාරස්ස සම්බන්තරාය නිවාරණ සමන්තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස ද්වත්තිංස මහා පුරිස ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන අසීත්‍යානුභ්‍යංජන ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන අට්ඨුන්තර සත මංගල ලක්ඛනානුභාවේන චම්බන්න රංස්යානුභාවේන කේතුමාලානුභාවේන දස පාරමිතානුභාවේන දස උපපාරමිතානුභාවේන දස පරමත්ත පාරමිතානුභාවේන සීල සමාධි පඤ්ඤානුභාවේන බුද්ධානුභාවේන ධම්මානුභාවේන සංඝානුභාවේන තේජානුභාවේන ඉද්‍යානුභාවේන බලානුභාවේන නෙය්‍ය ධම්මානුභාවේන චතුරාසීති කන්දානුභාවේන නවලෝකොත්තර ධම්මානුභාවේන අට්ඨංගික මග්ගානුභාවේන අට්ඨ සමාපත්ත්‍යානුභාවේන චල විඤ්ඤානුභාවේන මෙත්තා කරුණා මුදිතා උපේක්ඛානුභාවේන සබ්බ පාරමිතානුභාවේන රතනත්ථය සරණානුභාවේන තුයිහං සම්බ රෝග සෝක උපන්දව දුක්ඛ දෝමනස්සු පායාසා විනස්සන්තෝ සබ්බ සංකප්පා තුයිහං සමිඤ්ඤන්තු දීගායුකෝ හෝතු සතවස්ස ජීවේන සමංගිකෝ හෝතු සබ්බදාකාස පබ්බත වන භූමි තටාක මහා සමුද්ද ආරක්කක දේවතා සදා තුම්මේ අනුරක්කන්තෝ සබ්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සබ්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සබ්බ සංඝානුභාවේන බුද්ධ රතනං ධම්ම රතනං සංඝ රතනං තින්නං රතනං රතනානං ආනුභාවේන චතුරාසීති සහස්ස ධම්මස්කන්ධානුභාවේන පිටකත්තයානුභාවේන ජින ශාවකානුභාවේන සම්බේතේ රෝගා සම්බේතේ භයා සම්බේතේ අන්තරායා සම්බේතේ උපද්දවා සම්බේතේ දුන්නිමිත්තා සම්බේතේ අවමංගලා විනස්සන්තු ආයු වණ්ඩකෝ ධන වණ්ඩකෝ සිරි වණ්ඩකෝ යස වණ්ඩකෝ බල වණ්ඩකෝ වන්න වණ්ඩකෝ සුඛ වණ්ඩකෝ හෝතු සම්පදා දුක්ඛ රෝග භය වේරා ශෝකා සම්බේ උපන්දවා අනේකා අන්තරායාපි විනස්සන්තු ච තේජසා ජය සිද්ධි ධනං ලාභං සොත්ති වාග්යං සුඛං බලං සිරියායුච වන්නෝ ච භෝගං බුද්ධි ජයසවා සතවස්සාච ආයුච ජීව සිද්ධි භවන්තු තේ අන්දුන් නිමිත්තං අවමංගලං ච යෝචාමනාපෝ සකුණස්ස සද්දෝ පාපං අවෝදුසු පිනන්නකන්තං බුද්ධානුභාවේන විනාශමෙන්තෝ යන්දුන් නිමිත්තං අවමංගලං ච යෝචාමනාපෝ සකුණස්ස සද්දෝ පාපං අවෝදුසු පිනන්නකන්තං ධම්මානුභාවේන විනාශමෙන්තෝ යන්දුන් නිමිත්තං අවමංගලං ච යෝචාමනාපෝ සකුණස්ස සද්දෝ පාපං අවෝදුසු පිනන්නකන්තං සංඝානුභාවේන විනාශමෙන්තෝ දුක්ඛප්පත්තාච නිදුක්ඛා භයප්පත්තාච නිබ්බයා සෝකප්පත්තාච නිස්සෝකා හොන්තු සම්බේ පිපානිනෝ සම්බේ බුද්ධා බලප්පත්තා පච්චේකානං ච යම් බලං අරහන්තානං ච තේජේන රක්ඛං බන්දාමි සබ්බසෝ සම්බේ බුද්ධා බලප්පත්තා පච්චේකානං ච යම් බලං අරහන්තානං ච තේජේන රක්ඛං බන්දාමි සබ්බසෝ සම්බේ බුද්ධා බලප්පත්තා පච්චේකානං ච යම් බලං අරහන්තානං ච තේජේන රක්ඛං බන්දාමි සබ්බසෝ සම්බීතියෝ විවජ්ජන්තු සම්බ රෝගෝ විනස්සතු මාතේ භවන් වන්තරායෝ සුඛී දීඝායුකෝ භව භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ බුද්ධානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ ධම්මානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ භවතු සම්බ මංගලං රක්ඛන්තු සම්බ දේවතා සම්බ සංඝානුභාවේන සදා සොත්ති භවන්තු තේ නක්කත්ත යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපග්ගා නිවාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන හන්තු තේ සම්උපද්දවේ නක්කත්ත යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපග්ගා නිවාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන හන්තු තේ සම්උපද්දවේ නක්කත්ත යක්ඛ භූතානං පාපග්ගා නිවාරණා පරිත්තස්සානුභාවේන හන්තු තේ සම්උපද්දවේ දේවෝ වස්සතු කාලේන සස්ස සම්පත්ති හේතුච පීතෝ භවතු ලෝකෝච රාජා භවතු ධම්මිකෝ සාදු සාදු සාදු